us about your child and the connection here with Liz and her team.
So Chaz is a 19-year-old son that is an amazing little kid. We met Liz several years ago. I don't even know when her first opening was. We were one of her very first students. And Chaz was very shy. He was reserved and very much to himself. And since he's been in Liz's program, he is now kind of a rock star, hero, icon, whatever you want to call him. She's really brought a lot out of him and made him a lot more confident. He now helps with a lot of the other kids. He takes care of our cat when she's out of town. He has his own coffee company, so he has become very, very independent, I would say, over the past several years.
Obviously, there's been some real progress here. Tell us, compare and contrast that first day you came here to this day, and when we see that wonderful array of coffee out there. Obviously, a lot of things have been done.
So first day, Chaz kind of sat in the corner, wasn't very engaged. It took a lot to bring just anything out of him. He became very more comfortable with Liz. Some of her methods of kind of bringing out some skills, she helps to identify what the passion may be. And Chaz is an entertainer, and so she's brought out some of that. But Chaz is also very independent, and he's always wanted to be his own man. Since he's about 16, he's already showed me where he wanted to live without us. He wanted to work. He wanted to be totally independent. So looking for alternatives and options where he could do that, not so much dependent on what's out there for him to do, but what he could do for himself. At Grandview High School, they have something called Grand Brew, where the ILC program actually prepares coffee for all the teachers. They go around, take orders, and deliver those orders, and that was kind of the impetus. He realized, well, I can do this. So we were lucky to find a company that is a platform on direct sell, so he could do it. He loves the computer, so he was able to figure out how to develop a customer base, put in what they order. He communicates a lot by email because his speech isn't great, but he's taken right off.
Everybody talks by text these days. Nobody talks. No big deal there.
No, and that's been amazing that Liz has really, through her program, really helped to maximize his ability to use his phone, which he loves, as not only an entertainment tool, but a very productive communication tool. So since he lives with it every day, now we just work with him on how to communicate with me, teachers, wherever he goes, and technology is amazing.
Chaz is doing great. How was this? How has Mom's life changed through this process?
Well, I guess my horizons certainly were increased. When you're told at birth that you've got a child with special needs, you don't know what to expect. But I never put limits on Chaz. He's a special kid, as I'm sure most are, but parents will always say theirs are the most special. But I just, my motto has always been, just let him do what he can do. Don't assume he can't. And to some degree, that's been good. Other times not so good, because he thinks he can do everything. And we have to sometimes be a little more protective. But it really has just helped me to appreciate what kids and children and adults with special needs really can do if we let them. And I think that's what I've seen most in the community, that people want to put limits on them because they just don't think they can. And Chaz has truly proven in all his arenas that he can do whatever you just let him do.
There are moms and dads watching you speak about this right now. Why would you recommend Liz and her program? What makes it stand out?
I think the thing that makes it stand out is she focuses on what the child needs. It's not universal. Chaz has very limited speech, but he's got great skills in other areas. So she has learned to focus on the areas he's really good in and bring out those areas he's not so good in, and shows them how to really utilize those things out in the community. So Chaz feels very independent, leaving, going, taking transportation. I don't really let him do that much, but she has taught him how to do those things. And so I feel really comfortable with his skills, and I really am very comfortable with him becoming more independent. And I think that having someone who doesn't put limits and who helps to identify their strengths and weaknesses and learns how to bring all of that together, that's what this program has done for Chaz.